Hi everyone! I started this project with a 16 by 20 canvas that I believe I got from Michael's. I used an X-Acto knife to take off the canvas, then used a small screwdriver to remove the staples. Please be careful when doing this. Once the staples were finally removed, I used Americana acrylic paint in the color Burnt Umber, along with a baby wipe, and wiped the paint onto the frame itself, giving it a stained wood appearance. In the center of the frame are a few slits where the pieces come together. I simply used a paintbrush to add the coloring in there. I had some 1/4-inch scrap plywood that I lovingly asked my husband to cut into strips for me. I needed 5 in the size 3-inch by 19-inch. I marked each board, indicating which order they went in, along with the top and bottom of the frame. I used the same color and the same technique using a baby wipe to apply the color to these boards and let them dry. Once the boards were dry, I used Vaseline and a chip brush and applied it all over in just random spots. Next, I applied folk art chalk paint in the color sheepskin all over the boards and let it dry. I got this paper mache bunny from Target. I used a pen to mark down the center, then tried to use my X-Acto knife to cut through the bunny. Unfortunately, there was some dense styrofoam in the center, so I had to use a hacksaw to get through it. Please be careful when doing this. Once I finally got the bunny cut in half, I took some brown craft paper, traced around the cut areas, cut that out, and glued it to the bunny. With my board still drying, I decided to paint the top half of the bunny with Craft Smart acrylic paint in the color brown. It really looks like chocolate. I decided the regular brown was a little one note, so I used some Craft Smart chocolate brown acrylic paint to give the bunny a little definition and highlight some of the areas of the eye, neck, nose, and top of the head. Looks pretty cool if you ask me. When my boards were finally dry, I took a scraping tool and scraped off the top coat of the white paint over the Vaseline, which gave the wood this chippy look. Pretty cool technique. Now comes the fun part, working on the bunny. I got this gold tissue paper from Target, I think it was around $2, and took a piece out, cut a section larger than the bunny, and applied Mod Podge to the lower half of the bunny. Once I finished applying the Mod Podge, I took the tissue paper, wrapping it around the bunny, leaving some loose up towards the neck, and pushed the rest into the nooks and crannies as tightly as I could. I then used hot glue on the back of the bunny to hold the tissue paper down. Remember to use a finger protector so you won't burn yourself. Once I was happy with how the tissue paper came out, I took a pair of scissors and cut off the excess paper. Even though I like the chocolate color of the bunny, I wanted to give it a little more luster, so I used Mod Podge gloss to cover just the head. You can choose any color ribbon you like. I got mine from the Dollar Tree in the baby section and made a simple bow around his neck. Once my boards were dry, I laid them next to each other, put the frame over the top, laid my bunny in the center, and marked out where I wanted him to sit. I then took a ruler, drew a line, and measured to make sure everything was even as to where I wanted my stencil. I did this to the top and the bottom. I got these first stencils from Michael's some time ago, and the second ones from Dollar Tree. I then placed my stencil down, and using Craft Smart acrylic paint in the color black, and using a plain makeup sponge, I applied the paint to my stencils. I then used a precision tip paintbrush to touch up any areas where the paint didn't take and to connect my letters. As I was stenciling, I realized the board needed a little bit more and used the makeup sponge that had a little excess paint on it and just dotted around, then lifted the edges of the board and ran some down the sides. Using the stencils I got from Michael's, I created the statement, "An Easter Classic," down the sides of the boards, and 25 cents up in the corners, that I added in later. Once all the paint was dry, I took an artist eraser and erased all the pencil lines under the words. Now it's time to assemble the boards. I put them back in order, took some 1-gallon paint sticks and some hot glue, and glued 3 to the back of the boards. Once the hot glue was set, I placed the board on the frame, marked with a pencil where I wanted it to sit, then used E6000 glue along with hot glue and placed the board to the frame. I ended up having to use clamps on the top part to make sure the glue stuck. Once that glue was set, I took matte finish Mod Podge and covered the entire frame and inside boards. And now it's finally time to place our chocolate bunny. I used regular hot glue around the bottom, placed it where I had my pencil marks, and let it set. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had so much fun creating and making this project. I didn't add a backing to it, but if you would like, you could either put a picture hanger or some jute string. Thanks so much and have a great day.